Y'all don't deal with no cowards. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axe shit, y'all weapons of war. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axe shit, y'all weapons of war. Before you go to battle, you should know what you up with. Yes, we got send this army on a mission, it ain't no defense. Have the latest weapons up, go and learn Kung Fu, or you can read the Art of War, written by Killing Two. You don't need all of the above when we come through. We got send the order out, where you gon' run to. Sword drawn, out with your head like the guillotine. You read what we did to the Canaanites and Philistines, trembling in fear on their faces when we hit the scene, giving the command, so we wiping out everything. When y'all puts our enemies under our hands, just like back in the land, put them under the band. Man, woman, or child, let none of them stand. To the last detail, we executing the plan. Whether Joshua and Jericho, David and Goliath, see it's already written in the end. We triumph, we can't be defeated. Let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, y'all's weapons of war. We can't be defeated, let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but it's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, y'all's weapons of war. Don't get it twisted, I can't join your army, I'm a soldier for y'all, and I'm already enlisted, fully committed, put my life on the line. We recruiting more brothers, told I got if you with it, when the children of Zion get to roaring like a lion, we'll clash with a titan, fallen angel or giant. We ain't fighting, so we fighting in the day into the night. When we see our enemies, then it's on sight. You can call on Jesus, he coming to the rescue. He gon' be behind, so how he gon' help you? All I done left you, now you on your own, and you get the same portion of reward for the wrong. This is more than a song, it's already written, Jeremiah 51. If you thinking that I'm tripping, knowing how to kill your enemy is key for survival. You should have a bow and arrow, slingshot, or a rifle in Yah I trust. And this is the truth here. If you a coward, then you have no use here. Set apart spirit got me feeling like dancing when the army go marching out. This is the anthem. We can't be defeated. Let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, y'all's weapons of war. We can't be defeated. Let them know from the door. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, y'all's weapons of war.
All right, Bruce, you ready? Yes, sir. We're going to stand and face Jerusalem, and we're going to open up. Reading from the book of Psalms, 137th chapter. And it reads, by the rivers of Babylon, there we sat down. Yeah, we wept when we remembered Zion. We hang our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song. And they that waste us required of us mirth, saying, sing us one of the songs of Zion. How shall we sing the Most High song in a strange land? That's right. If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her cut. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy, remember, O Elohim, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. That's right. Who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. Yep. O daughters of Babylon, who are to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the
That's
sun.
right.
I read you Psalm 137 chapter in its entirety. May the Most High bless the reading, hearing, and doing of His holy word. In Yahshua's name we pray. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Esau, the Edomites.
That's right.
Want to say Shabbat Shalom to the family. Shabbat Shalom to those listening in by live stream, those who are out here in the class today. Want to say Shabbat Shalom to the family worldwide. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for coming out on this rainy day. Want to say Shalom Aleichem to the family here.
Yes, sir.
Peace be to you and your family. So, brother, we in the fourth part of this Babylonian series.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be kind of the first two slides we're going to go through. We should have done last night, but we didn't do it because I wanted to cut it short. But we're gonna continue on with this economics,
Yes, sir.
and this education of our children. Okay. Then we're gonna get into who Esau is, and then after that we're gonna get into the Confederacy. Everybody who's ever lifted a hand against Israel in Babylon, who can continue to let Babylon go about their business.
That's right.
Then we're going to go back and see that our so-called quote-unquote country is all in with the Vatican City. We're going to prove that through their documentation and through the scriptures.
Yes, sir.
So we've already talked about the religious branch. We've talked about the financials and all that. So right now we're going to get into a little bit of what we should have finished last night. And then we're going to talk about education a little bit. So let me pull my PowerPoint up. All right. Make sure I'm on the right slide. I'm on the right slide. So this is something we were going to talk about last night, but Ruach told me just to cut it short. We'll continue this today because we don't have a lot of scriptures about that we hadn't probably read on Esau, but we're going to go into a little bit more detail in some of the history books. All right. So when we talk about education and we talk about who runs the educational system, we have to go back all the way back to what we said before. If a thing started out unclean, then it's going to be unclean. I don't care how good you try to make it to fix it up. It's going to always be unclean.
That's right.
Now, one of the most wicked jokers, well, a couple of the most wicked jokers ever to walk the face of the earth, started up the board of education. And the one who's known as the father of the public education system was a wicked man of Edom. We're going to read some of the stuff that they said and read some of the stuff that they did, and then we'll let you make up your mind. Is what they're teaching us, our children, or the curriculum that they have for our children, what's best suited for us?
Right.
Then we're going to go read the scriptures and see what the Most High got to say about it. So one of the most wicked jokers ever to live on the face of the earth, was David Rockefeller. Now, this is what David Rockefeller said. First, I'm going to read about the Board of Education. It used to be called the General Educational Board. The board was created in 1902 after John D. Rockefeller donated an initial $1 million, which is equivalent today to $33 million in 2022, to his cause. The Rockefeller family would eventually give $180 million to the fund. The General Education Board prominent member, Frederick Taylor Gates, envisioned country school of tomorrow, wherein young and old would be taught in practical ways how to make rural life beautiful, intelligent, fruitful, recreative, helpful, and joyous. So always understand when you're dealing with your enemy, they never do anything for your benefit. So here's this man that started up the board of education, and this is what he said. I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. So that $1 million in the money that he invested was just that, an investment to keep you from becoming a free thinker or independent person. He was investing that money so he could get a nation of workers. Now here goes his wicked grandson several years later said, we are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis and the nations will accept the new world order. Now next beside him is a gentleman by the name of H.L. Mencken. This is what he said of the public education system at his impetus when it first started up. The aim of public education is not to spread enlightenment at all. It is simply to reduce as many individuals as possible to the same safe level to breed and train a standardized citizenship, to put down dissent and originality. And then right behind him, Rockefeller said what he said again, right behind what he said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. Now here's this other guy, Horace Mann, known as the father of American education. Horace Mann, a major force behind establishing unified school systems, worked to establish a varied curriculum, excluding sectarian instruction. They didn't want anything about God, anything about religion taught in school. When they first started it up, it was not, it wasn't supposed to be no 10 Commandments said, none of that. He wanted a sectarian instruction or a sectarian curriculum. So now you got these two wicked jokers right here that gave you your board education and your public education school system. Now it says his vision of public education was a precursor to the Supreme Court's eventual interpretation of the Establishment Clause and church and state separation principles in public school. So no wonder they took the 10 Commandments down. Because at the beginning, it was never supposed to be there anyway. So the wisdom of Yah versus the wisdom of men, right?
That's right.
Let's go see what the script got to say about all this. Because we know the Rockefellers and all those guys, we know who they are, and we know what they're about.
That's right.
Ain't no doubt. Go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
Hey, if you are double parked, it's your citation. So make sure that you're not double parked out there. Also, you got to keep this side over here clear because the emergency vehicles. You got parked over here with emergency vehicles. Come to and fro. All right. Thank you.
All praise. All right, boy. First scripture we go to and read going to be 1 Kings 4.
The wisdom and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men. Than Ethan the Israelite height, and Herman, and Charcoal, and Darcy, the sons of Nahor. And his fame was in all nations round about. And he spake 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spake, that's it.
Yeah, well, now I want to stop you right there anyway. So one thing I want to point out, that we as Israelites, sometimes we get kind of high-minded and heavy.
Yes, sir.
Because we get a little weird. Now, what I want to extrapolate out of this group is that the wise men of the earth, it didn't say they didn't have no wisdom. So we have to check that and make sure that we understand these people got knowledge too.
Right.
But it says Solomon's wisdom exceeded their wisdom. So he asked God how to lead his people. That Most High didn't sit him down in no chair with a book and a piece of pencil, piece of paper and pencil, and say, "This is how you get knowledge."
Right.
He didn't do that, did he?
No, sir.
Now these guys of the East, they had the Eastern schools of what you call mysticism. These are the Eastern mystics that he's pitting Solomon up against, right? So these guys were smart. These guys went to school, but they said Solomon's wisdom exceeded all their wisdom. Not saying that school is not important. I'm saying this right here. I'm talking about this is what's real. Hey, this right here was gonna get you where you need to go.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, bro.
Did he not do it to Daniel? Oh,
Yeah.
we gonna get some of that?
No, we're gonna get a little bit.
Okay.
So Daniel, here's the thing. Daniel went to school, but Daniel was schooled in the arts, the sciences,
Yes, sir.
all of that. But he says, I don't see where nobody was able to come up against Solomon with his largest of mind.
Yes, sir.
So continue to read 33 and 34, bro.
Verse 33.
Mhm.
And he spake of trees, from the cedar tree that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spake also of beasts and of fowls and creeping things and fish. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all kings of the earth, which had heard of his wisdom.
Now, this is a predecessor to Yeshua when he gets back on earth. Everybody got to come up year to year. They got to pay homage to the Most High, and they're gonna come to seek wisdom of Yeshua.
Yes, sir.
This is what Solomon's able to do because of the gift that he got from the Most High. Now, we talked about last night the economics of this situation. We talked about how what you really got in your pocket, what you really got in your bank account, ain't worth really nothing because it's a debt note. You just got a lot of debt in your bank. If you got $60,000, you got $60,000 worth of debt. That's all you got. That's why when you drive your car to the parking lot brand new and try to take it back and sell it for what it's worth, they take all the value and drop $5,000. You ain't been around, all you did was go around the corner. It's a debt note. You see what I'm saying? So even in this, we're gonna show you how they trapped us with the student loans and all that. They trapped you. See, they made you go sit in a classroom and they made you go learn what they wanted you to learn and how they wanted you to learn, to think like they wanted you to think, to go out and get a job, to do what they want you to do, and then I'm gonna charge you for going to school, but you gotta go to school. Now I'm gonna charge you for it, then I'm gonna tax some interest on you. This is what they did, and we're gonna show it to you. Now let's keep moving. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3, bro. 1 Corinthians 3, because we get so hung up sometimes on what we know. And I even heard, Israelites, they get puffed up in their knowledge, even of the scriptures. Even like we were talking about last night with Saul. See, we have to remain humble. Because Samuel told Saul, when that was small or little in thine own eye, he said, then the Most High can use you. But so oftentimes, man, we start looking down our noses at people. I'm the teacher. I know how to do. I'm mole race such and such. You know what I'm saying? And man, we get puffed up in this knowledge. That's right. We cannot get puffed up into anything because at the end of the day, we playing chess. The Edomites is playing chess with us. At the end of the day, I don't care how you want to slice and dice it, what you done. Look at all the millionaires and the sports athletes that in one blink of an eye, they broke. You can't even go hide your stuff in the Swedish bank accounts no more for their own nose. They'll cut your water off and you can go from a millionaire to zero in no time flat. Because really your money ain't bagged by nothing. You can't go out and take all your money and go buy you a bunch of gold wings because it ain't bagged by the gold standard. You see what I'm saying, bro? Let's go to the next place. 1 Corinthians.
And they show us all the time. Look at we can cut together. Look what we do to our own people.
That's right.
Up to our buddies. They just cut each other go.
Yeah.
Call presidents and senators.
Yeah. They'll appeal. If they appeal, they win. What they'll do to you? And they hate Jacob. They hate him. And the Most High hate them for hating us. Yeah. We're going to read that too. 1 Corinthians 3, 18 through 21, Hebrew.
Verse 18. Let no man deceive himself. If any man among you seems to be wise in this world.
In this world system.
Right.
If you think you something, you know what I'm saying, DDTs and BBBs and whatever it is.
Right.
If you think you something in this world, continue to read.
Let him become a fool.
And
he may be wise.
That's right.
For the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto Yah.
See, what I'm basically trying to point out, that the wisdom of this world is only going to take you so far. It's only going to get you so far in this life. But this wisdom of this world ain't gonna benefit you none in the kingdom to come.
No, sir.
Zero. So why put your stake and your trust and your belief and your whole life being in that? Because all it's gonna do is get you a good job, you understand, make a little change, but everything like down here will get burned out. So are you investing in that or are you investing in the world to come? Is my point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
go ahead, bro.
For it is written,
Uh-huh.
he taketh the wise in their own craft.
That's right.
And again, the master knoweth the thoughts of the wise, that they are vain.
Uh-huh.
Therefore let no man glory in men,
Mm.
for all things are yours.
See, don't glory in me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't glory in things. Don't glory in people. He said, woe to him that maketh flesh his own.
Yes, sir.
When you trusting in your bank account, your 401k, and man, I got what do you call it, pension plan.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what if everything crashed tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
What you got need?
Nothing.
You ain't got nothing.
Feeling hurt.
Man, I had $200,000 in my 401k.
Mm-hmm.
What's it worth right now?
Zero.
See, and we know it's gonna go there one day.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we putting our trust in? Let's go to the next place, Bruce.
Like over here to say, that's food for thought, ain't it?
Yes, sir. All praise. Let's go to Sirach. Let me share my screen for the people at home who don't have the Sirach. Go to Sirach to 39, Hebrew. You got it on yours, Hebrew?
Sirach 39.
And yeah, we're gonna pick it up. Hold on. Yeah, 1 through 7. That's right, Hebrew. So, and we just looking at something. We just looking at this, man, because I see and I hear a lot of stuff going on. I talk to a lot of people at my job, a lot of people that spend a lot of time in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? And I can see how they kind of look down on people and how they talk to the hourly workers. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of vexes my spirit sometimes. But let's look what Sirach had to say about it. Go ahead and read, bro.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High,
Mm-hmm.
and is occupied in the meditation thereof,
Mm-hmm.
will seek out the wisdom of all the ancients.
That's right.
And be occupied in prophecy.
See, me myself, this is what I'm gonna be occupied with, and I can speak for. I know a lot of Bruce can say the same thing I've said before. I ain't spent I maybe spent a few hours in a college. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting around a room with people that have spent hundreds of hours in college, and I'm sitting around the same table they sitting around.
There you go.
When they take their check to the bank or direct deposit, my check looks like just like that. But if you occupied in the things of the Most High,
Yes, sir.
see, just like he did with Solomon, everybody was coming hollering at Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the world was coming hollering at Solomon. You ain't got to be all what this world tell you got to be successful. See, just like Daniel, like his brother was referring back to Daniel. Daniel and them, man, look, they was second in command. Joseph hadn't sat in nobody's school. He sat at the knees of his father Jacob. Jacob rose to be second in command in Egypt. These are the things the Most High trying to show you in everyday life. Man, trust in me, seek me, and be occupied with these dogs saying these mysteries and these prophecies. I'm going to take you where you need to go. Come on now, Joshua 1:8. Come on, brother. Yes, sir. Just in case y'all didn't hear the brother. This book of the law, thou shalt meditate on it day and night.
Yes, sir.
That thou may observe to do according to all that is written therein. And then thou shalt make thy way prosperous. And then thou shalt have good success. He didn't say this book of history.
No.
This book of home ec, social study. This book of the law. I remember that scripture because it's one of the first scriptures I memorized because I came up doing the prosperity doctrine. And they used to quote it all the time. But it wasn't until I started keeping the law and observing the law that he began to take care of me and my family all the way through.
That's it.
Go ahead and finish. Bro.
Yes, sir. Verse 2. He will keep the saying of the renowned men.
Mm-hmm.
And where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
Yes, sir.
He will seek out the secret of grave sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Be conversive in dark
Yes,
places.
sir.
He shall serve among great men.
Yes,
And
sir.
appear before princes.
Yes, sir.
He will travel through strange countries, for he had tried the good and
And
the
the
evil among men.
Yes, sir.
He will give his heart to resort early to the Lord.
Yes,
who
sir.
made him. And
See, hold up, bro.
Mhm.
Don't wait till all the grits hit the fan.
Yeah.
You got to resort to your Lord early.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We always wait till the grits hit the fan.
Mhm.
Then, oh, help me, chief. No. See, that's that daily prayer, that daily meditation,
Yes, sir.
that daily reading, that daily study. But soon as the grits hit the fan, everybody want to get hold of it.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to need to fast.
And try to repent for all the
Yeah.
punishment that you forgot you done.
Lord, if you just take this off of me. I'm guilty. That was bad.
Yeah.
Lord, just take it off from me. I'm straightened up. Don't resort to the Lord early. Continue to read.
And we pray before the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And we'll open his mouth in prayer.
Yes,
And
sir.
make supplication for his sin.
Uh-huh.
When the great master will, he shall be filled with the spirit of understanding.
Yes, sir.
He shall pour out wise sentences.
Yes, sir.
And give thanks unto the master in his prayer.
Mm-hmm.
He shall direct his counsel and knowledge. And in his secret shall he meditate.
That's right. So, brothers and sisters, when some of these young brothers, some of you elders, when these young brothers call y'all, some of y'all sisters, when some of these young sisters call y'all, all things should be coming off your lips in these scriptures.
Yes, sir.
That's all that your opinion and what. No, this is what the scriptures say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you got a testimony to add to the scripture that's coincide with the scriptures, okay. But when these young brothers and sisters call y'all, man, y'all need to be giving the words of the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way you're going to be able to do that is not only reading and studying, but living it. Living it is the only way you're going to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next place, bro. Let's go back to the PowerPoint. We're going back to the PowerPoint. We're going to, now we're going to Ecclesiastes, the 12.
Yes, sir.
Ecclesiastes, the book of Solomon, one of the books of Solomon, I should say. And we're going to read verses 9 through 12. I'm going the wrong way. There we go. I'm sorry, fam. Ecclesiastes, the 12. Oh, okay. I see him on this thing, right? I wonder why I kept moving. All right. Ecclesiastes 12, 9 through 12. Hebrew, when you get it, go ahead and feed the people.
Verse 9.
What did it say?
And moreover, because the preacher was wise,
Uh-huh.
he shall talk the people. He still talked to people not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he gave good heed and sought out and set in order many problems.
Yes, sir.
The preacher sought to find out acceptable words,
Uh-huh.
and that which was written was upright, even words of truth.
Even words of truth. Go ahead and read.
The words of the wise are as gold,
Mm-hmm.
and as nails fastened by the master of assembly, which are given from one shepherd. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books.
Of making a many and studying a many books, what?
There is no end.
Man, you can come in here and tell me about all the books you done read and all the classes you done sat through and all the great professors you done sat under. I don't care. Because he said the reading of many books is endless. You ain't gonna never be able to read them all. And it's wearisome to the flesh.
That's right.
But go ahead and read.
12 and 13.
Now finish reading the 12.
And much study is a weariness of the flesh.
See that right there? That was it on there.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is what we got to understand. We use Babylon for what Babylon is good for.
That's right.
First, and the more I'm in this thing, the only thing Babylon is good for me is to further the kingdom. I'm gonna take that little debt note you got. I'm gonna try to get some land. I'm gonna try to get some trailers. I'm gonna try to get these. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, sir.
That's my whole mode thing. Because at the end of the day, it's going belly up out here. I ain't never seen nobody start talking about starting up so many different land plots around here now.
Right.
Everybody see it. The writing on the wall. It's finna go belly up out here. And if you attach to Babylon to the point where you don't want to give up, that very thing is gonna get you caught up, brothers and sisters. That very thing that you say, I just can't shake, I just can't do without, that's what he gonna use to catch you up in this thing that's about to hit this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the next one. Let's go to 2 Maccabees. Second Maccabees, man. And we're going to read one verse, bro.
Just like, I'm going to say something, bro.
No, man, feel
We
free.
said we use Babylon for what?
That's it.
Hey, Paul did.
That's it, bro.
He said, man, I'm a Roman citizen.
Yeah, when it was needful for him to do that.
Hey.
Trying to get out of this. Maccabees, second Maccabees at 2. We're going to read. Let me share it on my screen, bro. Let me get up here and change it for the people.
Chapter 6.
Yep, I'm going to read one verse. Verse 29. That's what you got on yours, right?
23.
23, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
You're right, hold on. I'm still in. Hold on, I ain't hit this. I got to hit that. Change it, don't it?
It's a little tricky.
Yeah. Second Maccabees, the 6th and verse 23. What do it say, man?
But he began to consider discreet, and as became his age, and the excellency of his ancient years, and the honor of his great head, whereon was come, and his most honest education from a child.
Hold up, what was his most honest education from a child? Was it the ABCs and 1, 2, 3? No. Or rather what?
Or rather the holy law.
There it is right there. This is what Eleazar, our great elder, meditated on day and night. And it's the honest education that he got, just like the mother of 7 sons. You know, she said, man, your father taught you this from little boy.
Yeah.
This only thing gonna get you. Because see, let's just keep it 1,000. Somebody come in here right now with AKs, ready to spray everybody in here. What your money gonna get you?
Nothing.
What your status gonna get you?
Nothing.
What your big boy Bentley gonna get you at that point? And you going to trying to psychoanalyze this joker that's filled with demons, what they gonna get you? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. The only thing that's gonna get you out of this or gonna get you into the kingdom is gonna be your honest education. Of the law. Just like the children and the mother and her 7 sons, just like Eleazar and all of them. When it's time to put it on the tape, or as we used to say in the hood, I'm ready to put it on the wood. When it's time to slap it on the wood, what you gonna do then? Go ahead and finish it out, bro.
Or rather the holy law made and given by Elohim.
That's right.
Therefore he answered accordingly, and willed them straightway to send him to the grave.
They went and sent him to the grave, but he was already ready to go, though.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to the next place, bro. Let's go to get back in there. Get back on the PowerPoint. Yeah, we're going to Acts. We're going to Acts the 17. We're going to read 16 through 28. So it looked like to me the wisdom of Yah wins out. Because they set it up for you to be puppets anyway. And we fell right into the trap because that's what mom and daddy told us we had to do. That's what everybody was doing around us. And so now we fell into their plot of being not thinkers, but workers. Not original, but just a standardized citizen that wakes up, hits the alarm clock, washes their face, takes a shower, go to work, come back home, look at the TV, go to sleep, bam, we right back at it, and they steady getting rich. You programmed. This is why he said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. The man that started up board education is what he said. So the curriculum and everything they gave you in that curriculum, you sitting there getting hypnotized with it. It's what I gotta do. It's what mom and dad. So now you in the matrix now. Bam, I'm running late. I gotta go home. Cut the grass. Gotta go to work. Same thing every day.
Never stop.
Acts 17.
Don't be one of all things. You really be working. You be working 8 or 12 hours.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
14 hours a day trying to make
And just like my job. Man, if I get out of there, if I get out of work with 10, 11 miles, I'm good. I'm good. I consider that good for me. But this brother know on Wednesday, I might get home 8 o'clock. I went to work at 5. I might, if on a good night. If we get out before 6:30 on Wednesday, man, I feel like I done got over. It's crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Acts 17, bro. Acts 17. And we're going to read 16 through 28.
16 through 28.
Mm-hmm. What do it say?
Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews,
right,
and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him.
What does 18 say?
Then certain philosopher of the Epicureans and Stoics encountered him, and some said, "What will this Babel say?"
Yeah.
Other some, he seems to be a settler for strange God, because he preached unto them Yeshua and the resurrection.
So again, this is strange to people who think they have knowledge. These were all the we're gonna read on down. He was on Mars Hill. Mars Hill was kind of like the park in Washington, D.C., where everybody used to congregate and swap philosophies. They had a similar park. I know the elder talked about a similar park in Chicago, where all the different people that different beliefs and everything, they would come and swap philosophies and debate one another. This is where Paul is at right now. On Mars Hill, where all these Aristotles and all them type people at. But look what he clowned them.
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead and read.
19. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, "May we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is? For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We will know therefore what these things mean."
Right.
For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else, but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Right.
Then Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, "The men of Athens, I perceive that in all things you are too superstitious."
That's right.
For as I passed by and beheld your devotion, I found an altar with this inscription: to the unknown God.
To the unknown God.
Whom therefore you ignorantly worship him, declare I unto you.
So every man has something in him. So here's the big difference, and we talked about this a little bit in part 2.
Yeah.
Hebrew Israelites are monotheistic. We believe in the one true and living God. All these other people are polytheistic. They believe in many gods. But here they are, all these so-called smart people and philosophers. Here they are, they got a statue or monument to the unknown God. Now, this unknown God is who Paul said, I'm declaring him to you right now. The one y'all ignorantly worship.
Right.
But they still had how you going to worship something that you don't know?
Yeah, that's right.
That's why he said you ignorantly worship him. Because they don't know who this God is, but they still got a statue or monument to him. Go ahead and finish, bro.
24. Elohim that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is master of heaven and earth.
That's right.
Dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
That's right.
You know your church?
Yeah.
25. Neither is worship with men's hands.
That's right.
As though he needed anything.
That's right.
Seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things. And has made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and has determined the time before appointed and the bounds of their habitation.
Yes, sir.
That they should seek the master, if happily they may feel after him and find him, though he be not far away. I mean, far from every
one of us. That's right.
For in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. So
this is where I get my being from. It is in the Most High that I live and I move and that I have my being.
Yes, sir.
It ain't in how much money I make. Ain't on how much education I got. It ain't with the things that I possess in this world. I live and move and have my being through Yeshua.
Yeah.
And everything else is garbage to me. I count it as dumb.
That's right.
I use it for what it, like me and Charlie Yard, we talk about these little fans. Yeah, I went out and bought me a little cool Mr. Fan.
Yeah.
But guess what? It ain't nothing to me.
You're doing what it's supposed to do.
I got me my house ain't the best house in the world.
Yeah.
Look, all right. but it's dumb to me. When it's time to move, I'm moving. It ain't gonna, man, my house, I'm looking back. I ain't gonna be like the one that had that pillow of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna be attached to this right here. I'm moving.
Because especially when we over for that.
That's right.
I'm out of there.
You know what I'm saying? Keep your interest and your usury on that.
That's right.
I'm throwing my nose up at it. When I slam the door for the last time, hey, brother, y'all do what y'all want to do with it. I'm out of here. That's it. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We going right on over into this. Let me these educational loans. The average student loan debt per borrower is $32,000. The total student loan debt is $1.52 trillion, man. They got over 47 million people that owe them $32,000. Yeah. So, and then look, they got usury on that. We talked about that usury last night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Man, them high interest rates, them high interest rate loans. And see, they get you and sit you in school, and then when you get out, you owe them.
Now you got to go work a job. They ain't gonna pay you enough
Right,
to pay the loan.
exactly. Now you gonna
What's wrong with that?
I know guys and I know women both with college degrees and they working at Mickey D. I'm like, man, but I owe all this money. Because I played in the Babylon. Okay, school work. Now I owe you money. I owe you money for doing what you told me to do. This is Babylon. This is Babylon. And then you like say, don't pay it on time. What they call it when you go in? What they call you in? They call it something when you behind in your student loan. What they call it?
It's not arrears.
No, they call it something.
Come on.
They call it something. But anyway, man,
Default.
yeah. So when you go in default, get what they do. When you go in default, that's what they do. They tack on some more interest.
The interest rate goes up.
So now you like that mouse on the wheel. You burning a whole lot of energy, but you ain't going nowhere. See,
I got so many coworkers say 6 figures in debt.
See what I'm talking about?
They did it. What for education?
No.
A lot of things.
Spoil on themselves.
They bought those things.
Spoiling on themselves.
And they want to come off in a certain way.
Now you on that damn wheel.
It's not a cure for education. It's a cure for things that try to.
See, that's what I'm saying. And see, I don't think Esau didn't know a lot of us were going to do that. Because he done sold us the pipe dream. The nice clothes, the nice car. We got to look a certain way. Versace, Gucci. We got to do all that. So we go out there and try to look like we rich. The crazy part about it, the people that got these hundreds of trillions of dollars, they come to work in some Scooby-Doo clothes. Or they walk around in Scooby-Doo clothes, but we got to look like we got Balenciaga and all that. But they got you now. You the mouse on the wheel now.
Yeah.
Before you can get yourself straight and get your family straight, you got to pay them off first. You see what I'm saying? The higher rate savings accounts are paying about 1% interest. Today, there are affordable mortgages available at or near all-time low rates. It is disturbing that our government has lent multi-million-dollar companies or no interest loans, no interest or low interest, while our students are being charged 6.8% interest by the federal government on their school loan. While our low interest loans are not being offered for education. A student loan of $50,000 is 6.8%. Is paid back over 10, can be paid back over 10 years, will cost a total of $69,048. Add the interest that some of these loans accrue while a person is still in school, and the student is paying about 40% interest. 40% interest.
That's higher than credit card,
man. Credit card, the higher you're gonna get is 26%, and that's cracking your wig. They charge you 40%, man. You almost paying. Man, what? Yeah, on the face value of the original loan amount. Another concern is that schools are not required to make students aware of these facts when they push the paper forward to be signed. So you walking in blind. And they looking at you as a money train.
Because they didn't educated that person.
That's what I'm saying.
In front of you.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. So I'm just doing my job, miss. Just doing my job. And here you are in debt Ain't even got your life started yet. Revelations 22, bro. We're going to get the scripture with that. We're going to put the scripture with it. Revelations 22. See, this the matrix. This the Babylon they got you caught up in. And we accept it every day.
But like we said, them too. Look, you better get that free education.
Get it, man. Look, if you can't get it free, you ain't gonna get it. Cause I'm serious. Cause here's the deal: they make the parents sign on it. No, I'm saying, but most people to get their kid through school, I gonna sign it. Now your credit, Jack. You understand what I'm saying? All that they keep everybody on that wheel. And you spending all this energy, time, and effort, it ain't getting you. You ain't going nowhere.
Now they give you 2 years free.
Yeah,
you got to show up.
Yeah, a lot of people stop going to college.
Yeah,
a lot of people start going back to the trade school. So now when we got to do something, well, we give you 2 years free. See that what I'm saying? See that what I'm saying? And a lot of people are going back to the trades, man. See that what I'm saying? And they know this stuff, and they know that we done bought into the American nightmare. They know it. So that's how they get us. Revelations 22, bro, 1 through 6. Then we're gonna skip down and read 17. What do it say?
And he showed me a pure river of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of Elohim and the Lamb. In the midst of the street of it, and on either side of the river was there the tree of life, which bare 12 manners of fruit.
How many?
12.
Oh, okay.
And yield her fruits every month. And the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nation.
That's right.
And there should be no more cure. Curse, excuse me. But the throne of Elohim and of the Lamb shall it be in it.
Go ahead, brother.
And his servants shall serve him. And they shall see his face. And his name shall be in their forehead. And there shall be no night there. And they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Most High Yah giveth them light. And they shall reign forever and ever.
Read that 6.
Verse 6. And he said unto me, these saying are fruitful and true. Excuse me, faithful and true. And the master Yeshua of the holy prophet sent his angel to show unto his servants the things which must surely be done.
Now, I know a lot of people probably say, T, what they got to do with what we talking about? But I'm going to tell you what it got to do with what we talking about. Right. Are you going to spend your time and energy on this earth trying to seek out this river of life? Or are you going to spend your time and energy on this earth seeking out that tree in the mix? Yeah. Because that's all we doing.
That's right.
See, that's what it's got to do with it. You see the pros they got to offer you, which is very little or nothing. And you see the cons, we've been talking about it for the last four parts. And you see the pros and cons of seeking out the Most High. You see the river of life versus everything that's going to get burned up and blown up. Versus being eternal versus being eternally damned. You see the difference. That's what this has to do with that. Skip down to verse 17. What do it say, bro?
And the Spirit and the bride say, come.
Come.
And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. And whosoever will, shall take the water of life free.
Oh, you can take the water of life free, but you got to pay for theirs.
Yeah.
You got to pay for their knowledge.
Yeah.
To get you in debt, to keep you working like you like a zombie, but I can go here and get it for free. This is the contract I'm trying to show you. This is why spend your money. Well, we're finna read. Yes, Isaiah 55. 55, 1 through 3. Isaiah 55, 1 through 3, bro. Isaiah 55, 1 through 3. Isaiah asked a simple question. By the spirit of the Ruach of the Most High, he asked a simple question. And this can be applicable to everything in your life, this question. Do I want to go out in the streets and cheat on my old lady and go to the hot cheese motel? Or do I want to go home and be a virtuous man and keep my money in my pocket? Yeah. I got to go pay her. I got a wife at home. Why spend your money for that which is not bread? Yeah. I can go to school and get all the DDT and BBB. Why spending your money for that which is not bread? I can do this with, I can go on and on. Isaiah asks a simple, poignant question that you can apply to every aspect and everything you do in your life. Why spend your money for that which is not bread, brother? Why waste your time pursuing something that don't bring life? Go ahead, bro.
So like the master, he gave us a zero debt plan.
That's it.
We ain't got to owe nobody nothing.
Come on, bro.
All we got to do is follow the plan.
That's it. That's it.
Verse 1.
What did it say?
Oh, everyone that thirsts, come ye to the water.
Uh-huh.
And he that has no money,
Mm-hmm.
come ye, buy and eat. Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money.
That's right.
And without price.
That's right.
Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not great?
Why do you spend your time, effort, and energy on stuff that ain't gonna bring you life?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you do it? For what? Because it's trendy? Because that's what's expected of you? Because everybody else is doing it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to be looked at a certain way, brother.
Yeah.
I can't be down here.
Mm.
I got to be looked at as being up here. Because all that stuff, y'all, see, that's beneath me. See, that right there. You spending your time, effort, and energy, your money for that which is not bread. What you got, bro? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on now. That's right. And this is what we talked about contracts and torts and stuff a little bit last night. Finish that out, bro.
Check this out. And your labor for that which satisfied not.
Satisfied,
so never satisfied.
Never.
You got to have it better.
Because you feeding your lust. Instead of feeding your spirit, you feeding your lust all the time. And your lust is going to always want to consume. I got Balenciaga, but I got to have Versace. I got Gucci, but I want Manucci. You will always be trying to do this. Man, I got a wife, I need 15 wives.
Mm-hmm.
She might be on her flower.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about me. I got to have it every night. So when she on her flower, I go over here. You consuming on your lust.
Yeah.
That was it on that one that broke.
Hearken diligently unto me, and ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fact.
That's right.
Incline your ear and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live.
That's right.
And I will make an everlasting covenant with you. Even the sure mercies of David.
Even the sure, he promised David to sit on the throne.
Yes, sir.
So he said there are going to be many thrones in the kingdom. So that's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the Phantom Bentley. Don't need it. I got a 2012 dented up Chevy Silverado. And guess what? I'm going to see you pull in this Walgreens and that Phantom, and I'm going to pull in, and I'm going to go back home just like you do. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Well, brother, it ain't about getting there. It's how you get there. Y'all done failed for it. Y'all done failed for it. Hook, line, and sinker. Let's go to third Enoch, man. Let's go to third Enoch. We're gonna eat a little bit. Now we got 2 verses. We're gonna go to chapter 8. It's in the pseudo Bible 1. We're going to page 262.
Page 262.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Now I want to see if your educational system got this. You know, the one that the Rockefeller started up, the one that said, you know, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. The other dude said it was this public education system was created to make you docile and stoop, basically what he was saying, and not rise up against the machine. But look what the Most High got for you. Read that, brother. What did it say?
Ishmael said, Metatron, Prince of Divine Prince, said to me, before the Holy One, blessed be he, set me to serve the throne of glory. He opened for me.
Now, when he set me to serve the throne of glory, I hope he opened all these up to me. What do he got?
3,000 gates of understanding.
Rockefeller ain't got it.
3,000 gates of prudence.
They ain't got it.
3,000 gates of life. 300,000.
300,000 gates.
300,000 gates of grace and favor. 300,000 gates of love.
Some of y'all ain't even walked through the first gate of love. Some of y'all know y'all hate. Y'all some big time. Hey, Memphis full of haters. And the church is full of haters too. Church full of. They just full of haters, man. But it's 300,000 gates of love, and some of y'all ain't even got to the first one. Y'all standing outside doing it.
We still on one, ain't
I ain't got to the one.
Ain't got to the one yet.
You mean I gotta love her better than I love myself? I can't do that. No, man. I'm King Boogie. You're supposed to bow down to me. Go ahead, man.
300,000 gates of Torah.
Yes, sir.
300,000 gates of humility.
Humility.
300,000 gates of substance.
Yes, sir.
300,000 gates of mercy. 300,000 gates of reverence.
That's right, bro.
Then the Holy One, blessed be He, bestowed upon me wisdom. Heap upon wisdom.
Yes, sir.
Understanding upon understanding.
Yes, sir.
Prudence upon prudence.
Woo!
Knowledge upon knowledge. Mercy upon mercy. Torah upon Torah. Love upon love. Grace upon grace. Beauty upon beauty.
Yes, sir.
Humility upon humility. Might upon might.
That's right.
Strength upon strength.
Come on.
Power upon power. Splendor upon splendor. Loveliness upon loveliness. Comeliness upon comeliness. And I was honored and adored with all these excellent.
You see that? Go ahead.
Praiseworthy qualities more than all the denizens of the height.
See, this is what I'm trying to get to. If I can just get to 100,000 gates, let me stop front. If I can just get to 100, I'll be doing good. Because your brother, he's still trying to get there. And see, this is what we got to look for. And he said he clothed him with these things. He heaped it on him, brother. And so I ask the question all the time, Chief Booker, where you at in this right here, man? Have you got to 100 gates? Have you got to 5? Because if you only got to 5, man, you got a long way to go. But all these things that the Spirit of the Most High gave to Enoch. He gave the same thing to Solomon. We read it started out. And so here is what you should be working on. This is what you should be spending your time on and your time in. Trying to be a better servant to the Most High. And engulfing and saturating yourself in this right here. You know what I'm saying? My hope is just to see one day somebody come in with the glowing face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to get there. Sorry as I am, I probably won't get there till I can make it in the kingdom. But man, I'm looking to see somebody glowing face. At least I can say I know, I seen it. This is the thing we need to be. If you do these, just like with Moshe, you'll start glowing. It ain't impossible. I know y'all think, man, it ain't impossible.
I'd be like, Paul, I knew a man once.
Yeah.
Out of the box.
Yeah. But this is what we looking for, bro.
Exactly.
We looking for this right here.
Right.
And we ain't gonna get it from Babylon. That's my whole point of bringing this up. Whatever Babylon afforded you, okay, cool. Don't put your trust in that. Don't put your hope in it, and don't stack your life on it. Because it ain't gonna get you there. I don't care how many Bentleys you got in the driveway.
Hey, can I say you?
You want me to go ahead, bro? No,
That book, the Revelation of Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You go in there and read that book. I guarantee you, what we're discussing now, you be like, man, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. What the angel revealed to him, and these folks who was on the other side of damnation.
Yes, sir.
They spent all their time.
All their time, bro.
In this system.
They spent the whole
Man,
time.
there's a whole lot of stuff in that book. But I just want to throw that.
Man, all praise to the Most High. That's just affirmation, bro. Oh, this is where I want to get to. I've been trying to get to this sorry joke. Esau, the Edomite. We're going to put the finger on Esau. Now, we got a lesson that me and this brother did. I think Young Blind was in on the second part, called As Swift as the Eagle Fly. Yeah. Where we go into a whole lot of detail. Now, I'm going to tell you, when we get down to the end of these scripts right here, we ain't going to read the Jasher about Zepho. But you go to the book of Jasher, you can read from chapters 57 down to 67. And it tell you how Zepho, one of the sons of Esau, after they chopped Esau's head off, Jacob them chopped his head off. And it talks about Zepho, one of the sons of Esau, how he escaped from the prison in Africa, in Egypt, and fled to Chittim and became their king. Now we all know Chittim is wrong. So now I'm just giving you, I'm conditioning it down, but it's basically what I'm doing. Zepho got out of prison, ran to Chittim, became their king, tried to convince the rest of the world to come against Joseph then while he was still in charge in Egypt. We're gonna read about the mingle people. We're gonna read about these jokers in every nation in the world except for ours. That's how much they hate us. They'll co-mingle with everybody but Israel, the true Israelites. And that's why all the hands are against us. But we're gonna read Esau. But Satan was the first one to rebel, right?
Yeah.
And it also said he was subtle, correct, crafty, prudent. Nimrod, whose name means rebellion, was the second one that said, first Satan said, I'm gonna sit on the sides of the north. Nimrod said, I'm gonna build a tower to reach up to heaven. Both of them the same thing. Now you got this sorry joker that come out of our bloodline who kills Nimrod, takes Adam's clothes, and now he got the power on the earth. Now them clothes still somewhere with one of them little bastard kids you got. Them clothes still around. I don't think they got rid of them. They're around somewhere. But that's right.
Over there in England somewhere.
Probably in Vatican City. Probably over Vatican City. You right, bro. But let's go read something that really intrigued me when we get down to the second verse in this slide right here. I want to get to, but let's go to Revelation 12 first, bro. Because Babylon and Edom, he passed off Babylon when Esau killed him and took over. He took over Babylon virtually, and we're gonna read that. Babylon, let's go read Revelation 12, 7 through 9, bro.
So it's safe to say somebody that's hungry for power, they dangerous as hell.
They dangerous, brother. You try to fight for power and prestige and notoriety, get away from them. They'll kill you just to get it. 7 through 9, bro. When you get it, go ahead and feed the people.
Verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angel fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought in his angel, and prevailed not. Neither was there a plague found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. That's right. Which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out unto the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice.
Skip. That's all I wanted on that piece. Skip down to verse 13.
Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man.
Now we know this is a prophecy about Yeshua as well as the nation of Israel. We know this. Now he said, but he was cast into the earth, correct? Now let's see what happened when Satan was cast to the earth. Because a lot of people think of when you hear the word worlds, and I'm talking about world with an S on it, people get all discombobulated when you hear the word worlds. But we're going to show you something. Genesis 1, verse 2, bro. Say he was cast out into the earth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
In outer dark.
In the outer dark.
Where there was weak.
Yeah.
And gnashing of teeth.
That's right. So I'm glad you said that, though. I'm glad you said that. Genesis 1 in verse 2, what do it say?
And the earth was without form and void.
It was what?
Without form and void. And darkness was upon the face of the deep.
And what was upon the face of the deep? Darkness. And what else?
And the spirit of Elohim moved upon the face of the water.
So I'm going to read it like this. And the earth was tohu vavohu. Total chaos. When did the world become in total chaos and darkness? When that sorry cloven-footed bastard got kicked out. And he hit this earth with such a cataclysmic blow. And everything down here became void. Everything down here was chaos. Tohu, everything was turned upside down. Oh, everything was Babel. Everything was confusion. When he hit this earth. Now, what was on this earth before he hit it? Everybody got their summations of what it was. But I'm just going to leave that tidbit for one of y'all, brother. I know the Ruach going to deal with you on the words.
We do know it's the same first time trying
No.
I thought you were gonna do something on that. That's why I just threw that. I threw it out there. The words. I thought you were gonna do something on that. Why I just threw it out there, and I didn't go no further. Yeah.
Hey man, that's true because here's the thing. When you read it, you'll think that it was a one-time occurrence. Right?
Right. See, that one. Yeah, boy, y'all finna make me speak. But go ahead. I ain't finna speak on it. I ain't gonna speak. I'm gonna let y'all deal with it. But we're gonna go on, move on.
Yes, sir.
But it was total chaos. So before he hit here, what was it? It had to have been peace. Because when he hit it, when he got kicked out, then the tohu bohu, topsy-turvy, everything was turned upside down. But this was the first one. Now we're gonna read about Nimrod, and then Nimrod's gonna get killed by Esau, and we're gonna see how he got it. They got a thing, what is called order out of chaos. This is their motto. This is one of their mantras that they live by. Order out of chaos. This is what Esau on. That's it. That's it, bro.
Hey, you just said, it was peaceful, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he came to total chaos.
Yep.
Is that not like in today? You can be in an assembly or you can be at a job and there's people until Satan shows up.
See, that one person that's being used by Hashatan throws a loop in everything. Just one. All he needed one subject. One person, one willing subject to be used by him. He'll throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. Now, them other sorry jokers, they probably laid back and waiting for somebody else to step up. Satan stepped up out there, and then, we're going to roll with him. It's always going on. But Genesis 3, bro, 1 through 4. When you get it, go ahead and feed the people.
Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field.
He was what?
More subtle
Mm-hmm.
than any beast of the field which the master Yeshua had made.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto the woman,
what do you say?
Yeah, if y'all said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden,
Mm-hmm.
but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden,
Mm-hmm.
y'all have said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die.
You're right, lying. So here this joke is, you know what I'm saying? The woman and regurgitated back what she was taught. Then he didn't try to. He said he was subtle, right? What I want to extrapolate out of that, the word subtle is arun, and it's always used in a bad sense. So if I say that joke is slick or he's subtle, that means you crafty in a bad sense. It's never used in a good sense in the scriptures. When they say somebody's cunning. All right. Now we go to Nimrod, right? Let's go to Nimrod, Genesis 10, and it said that he was a mighty hunter. His name means rebellion, by implication, a tyrant, a warrior or a tyrant. This is Nimrod. Mm-hmm. Genesis 10, 8 through 12, bro. I'm just showing you the passing of the torch.
Yes, sir.
We just showing you how the passing of the torch and how he has to have willing subjects in this world to do his bidding right now. So that's why we always harping on your mindsets and being careful and guarding your gates, because all it takes, it says in the book of Syria, what's called in the Meander, that he enters man like a smoke.
If you're gonna entertain that mess.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Because he always trying to get in your mind. Where you think the more unclean and crazy thoughts come from?
Man, what you said. So, I had to cast stuff down this morning, bro.
Said,
I was sitting there going on my lesson. You ought to slap dude in work, slap him in the face when you go back to work. I said, huh?
Hey, you doing the lesson, man.
I'm looking at my lesson, man. Slap dude in the face when you get back to work.
Man, crazy stuff up under your mind.
I went and got me a cookie, just started chewing on cookies so I could just stop thinking about that.
Hey, you know when that always seemed to happen? Just before Shabbat come in.
It was this morning. Bro, I'm sitting in my dining room this morning, going over the lesson, just making a little change here, just man, next week when you get back to work, man, just slap dude. I went in the kitchen, got me a cookie, started eating the cookie. I was like, it tastes good. So my mind off there, I'm on the cookie now. Yeah. You had to do that though. You got to cast those thoughts down. I could have sat there in the dining room, yeah, man, some dude walking off, man, I'm popping.
And then you wrestle in your mind, justifying How you gonna do it?
Yeah.
You try to find some scripture to support it.
Man, look, we'll just try to justify anything we do that's outside the scripture. Well, you know, a fool mouth calling for stroke. Yeah. Yeah, he is a fool. Now, I could hit him and I'd be justified in stroking him. But then, too, man, I'm on the Shabbat thinking about this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how them unclean spirits always creeping around trying to get you to transgress the law.
Yep.
Even in your mind.
In your mind, that's right.
Well, let's go here, bro.
Yes,
10, 8 through 12.
Verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Cush begat Nimrod.
Uh-huh.
He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Right, a tyrant. He began to be a tyrant because he said he's a mighty one in the earth. He hunted the souls of men.
Right.
Go ahead.
He was a mighty hunter before the Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel.
In the beginning of his kingdom was what?
Babel.
So go ahead and read.
And it was Eric, and Caleb in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Asher and built Nineveh in the city of Rehoboth.
So now Nineveh, where is Nineveh the capital of?
Syria.
No, it's Nineveh is the capital of who? Asher.
Asher.
So we know they're Syria. Some more wicked people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't that the one he called for the fans with Jonah?
Yeah.
See, you got all these wicked people is coming from this guy. So it's always a seed of Satan in the earth. That's why I be, people see me doing this right here. Just like I look around this room, I be like, okay, where you at, dude? I know you. I'm looking for him. Where you at? And when you ever, I'm gonna say this right here. This is a little tidbit I always use this. Watch a joker's eyes. When their eyes start bouncing around their head, unclean spirit. I see people eyes jumping in their head. Watch that joker. Watch them. I guarantee you, the next person you see, just watch them. When you start seeing their eyes jumping around, they can't. They got unclean spirit. I'm sure it can. Matter of fact, I don't tell you. But anyway, let's go to Genesis 25. We moving right along. We just watching the passing of the evil torch down to where we at right now.
Genesis 25.
Yep, Genesis 25, and we're gonna read 21 through 29.
Should have been looking at that Negro who came to my heat home.
See, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Genesis 25.
I knew you was lying.
Hey, and if they eye, when you talking to them, their eyes go up and to the left, they lying. They accessing the creative portals in their brain. If they go up to the right, then they looking for facts. But if you talk to them, they lying. They lying. Just watch. Shoot high, man. Stop. Go ahead, bro. 25, 21 through 29.
And as the tree, the master with his wife.
Hold on. We get 25 and 21. Chapter 25, verse 21. I'm in the wrong spot. Go ahead. That's me. Go ahead, bro.
And Isaac entreated the master for his wife, because she was barren. And the master was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her.
Yeah.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the master. The master said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
2 nations, 2 nationalities. Go ahead.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy body.
One wicked and one who wants to follow the things of Yah.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other. And the older shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy goat. And they called his name Esau.
Right.
And after that came his brother out. And his hand took hold of Esau's heel.
That's right.
And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him.
Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. Esau is the end of the word. Jacob is the beginning of it which followed.
That's right.
Continue to read, my brother. 27.
27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning.
The word cunning, to know, to learn, to discriminate, distinguish, to know. Carnally, he was a cunning hunter of the field. Go ahead.
A man of the field. And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Yeah.
And Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his benefit.
Yes, sir.
But Rebekah loved Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob saw pottage. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
All right, that's good right there. I want to stop right there because we're going to pick this story up later on in the Jash. But just remember, he came from the field, and he was tired, he was faint. He's about to pass out. There was a reason why. But let's go back to Esau Edom. This book called Esau is Edom, 121. And this is the passing of the torch from Babylon from Nimrod to Esau. We gonna read pages what I got there, 121? Yeah, 121 to 122, bro. When you get it, go ahead and feed the people. Okay. Mm-hmm. Still it ain't down yet. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh? Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. Mm-hmm. Did you try to copy to your desktop? Type in, go to the search bar. You got a search button up there? And type, no, I'm talking on the document. You ain't got no search bar on your document where you can type in the page, no? Because that's the right book.
Yeah. I had to pull it up.
Page 121. Let's stop right there. I can read it, bro. I can read it.
Look at it. Right here.
Yeah, blow it up right there. There you go. There you go. There you go. All praise. There you go.
All right. Page
121. Right here.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Esau Edom is much like those who commit blasphemy because they say they are Jews, Judean Israelites, and are not, by other synagogue of Satan, and do lie, according to Revelation chapter 2, 9, 3 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
By this, Edom came to be identified with the corrupt Babylon beast system, which is full of names of blasphemy.
That's right.
And by it, sorceries were all nations deceived, according to Revelation 17 and 3 and 18 and 23. Of course, none blaspheme Christ for a lie and deceive all people more than the Edomite Jews.
That's right.
Wicked, ain't it?
Wicked.
Edom connection with Babylon started with Esau's desire to obtain the valuable garments of Nimrod, which Nimrod prevailed over the whole land. Chapter 27 and 10.
That's right.
Nimrod was the king of Babel or Babylon, Genesis 10, 9 through 10. And his garments represented his ungodly rule.
They were stolen garments anyway, but go ahead and read.
Nimrod is the prototype of a rebellious people, his name being interpreted as he who made all the people rebellious against Elohim. Esau had killed Nimrod and then fought a desperate fight, but two of his aides and killed them also. He then took the valuable garments of Nimrod and fled from his men. Chapter 27, 12 to 11. This exalted Esau, and so when he came from the field, he was faint. Genesis 25 and 9. This is when he sold his birthright to Jacob for pottage, which is a fitting consequence of his act. When he killed Nimrod and took his garments, Esau assumed another birthright of Nimrod and his Babylonian rule, which one could not coexist with the Abrahamic birthright.
That's right.
Babylon became a symbol of all that is contrary to the will and ways of Elohim. The Tower of Babel was a plan to elevate man above Elohim so as to have a universal rule over the world.
That's all we wanted out of that, bro. So you see the exchange of this blood, this murder that he did and taking of these garments. He now is in charge of Babylon. He now, because the blessing that Daddy Isaac gave him was what? That he was going to live by his soul. And you know Nobody can warmonger better than Esau. He got guns that shoot 100 bullets a minute. He can infrared all through the building. He can blow you up in a second. He can shoot from 5 miles away. He lives by the sword. So let's go and read this little ditty, this little story he got right here, bro. Jasher, right? Jasher. You know,
Love walk around with this pistol on the side.
he loves it, just like them policy officers. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Oh, here I go. There we go. Now.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go back to Jasher. Is that where we going, Bruce? Yeah,
Yes,
we're going to Jasher. Get back in here. We're going to Jasher 27, Hebrew. We're going to read 1 through 11, and then we're going to skip down and read 15.
All right.
What do it say?
And Esau at that time, after the death of Abraham, frequently went in the field to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And Nimrod, king of Babel, the same was Amraphel, also frequently went with his mighty men to hunt in the field, and to walk about with his men in the cool of the day. And Nimrod was observing Esau all the day, for a jealousy was formed in the heart of Nimrod against Esau all the day. And on a certain day, Esau went in the field to hunt, and he found Nimrod walking in the wilderness with his 2 men. And all his mighty men and his people were with him in the wilderness. And they removed at a distance from him, and they went from him in different directions to hunt. And Esau concealed himself from Nimrod, and he lurked for him in the wilderness. Boy,
See, you got to understand something. When you start to become well known and people know who you are and people kind of look up to you, whatever, there's always going to be a hater in the mix.
yeah.
And he been looking at this man all his days. That's going to be me one day. And the only way you can do that is to take that person down. The book said that wrath is cruel. He said, but man, who can withstand envy? See, when people envy you, that's murder on their mind. When people are envious, see, that's why I say, man, just be real with yourself. When you know you don't like somebody. And just, man, get on your knees and repent, because that's going to turn to something else that you don't need to turn it to. Because once it turns to jealousy and envy, it's over.
That's right.
Unless you repent and fast and pray and get that spirit off you, you're going to do just like this joker here did. And I want to be in his position. I want to be in her position. And I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get it. And people don't know this thing is clicking in your brain, clicking in your brain, clicking in your brain. So you just got to do something about it. That's how it goes. Go ahead, bro.
6. And Nimrod and his men that were with him did not know him. And Nimrod and his friend frequently walked about in the field at the cool of the day, and to know where his men were hunting in the field.
Right.
And Nimrod and his 2 of his men that were with him came to the place where they were.
Right.
When Esau started settling from his lurking place, he drew his sword and hasted and ran to Nimrod and cut off his head. And Esau fought a desperate fight with the 2 men that were with Nimrod. And when they called out to him, Esau turned to them and smote them to death with his sword.
So I want you to get a picture of what's going on, because Nimrod was not a little dude. Nimrod was well over 7 feet. Esau, so much hate, pent up aggression. He coming through out the woods and he swings and he chops this giant's head off. Now he in a scrap with his 2 boys. Now, if you know anybody that roll like that, they don't have no weak water jokers with us. Now he got to fight these 2 dudes. After he didn't kill their man, they boss, whatever, they king. So now you in a fight for your life. So now I know why he was faint when he got back and talked to Daddy Jacob. And it didn't matter what you wanted, man, I'm about to die. And he know that Nimrod's boys is going to be at him. So, man, they ain't going to do me no good. I might as well sell it and give me some nourishment, because they going to probably kill me anyway. You done killed Nimrod and 2 of their partners. Oh, they looking for you. They finna slide out on everybody in your hood. You know how they do? I'm finna slide him, man. Somebody got. So now I know why this joker was hungry and scared and faint every reading in 66. Go ahead, brother.
verse 9.
Uh-huh.
And all the mighty men of Nimrod, who had left him to go into the wilderness,
Mhm.
heard the cry at a distance.
Yeah.
They knew the voices of those men.
Mm-hmm.
And they ran to know the cause of it. And when they found their king and the two men that were with him lying dead in the wilderness,
Mm-hmm.
and when Esau saw the mighty men of Nimrod coming at a distance,
Mm-hmm.
he fled.
He ran.
Yes, sir. And thereby escaped. And Esau took the valuable garments of Nimrod, which Nimrod's father had bequeathed to Nimrod,
Mm-hmm.
with which Nimrod prevailed over the whole land, and he
Oh.
ran and concealed
Oh.
them in his house.
So these garments had some type of power. Now his daddy Cush stole these from Daddy Noah. And he gave them to Nimrod. That's when Nimrod became a mighty hunter. You understand what I'm saying? So now this joker here, Esau got the garments.
He got the juice, like
He got the juice.
yes, sir.
Yeah. And right, go ahead.
Verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And Esau took those garments and ran into the city on account of Nimrod's men. Hold on a minute.
Did you go down to verse 11?
I'm in verse 11.
Okay, read down to
Verse 11.
skip down to verse 15.
Okay, verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And when Nimrod, the son of Cush, died, his men lifted him up and brought him in
Consternation.
and buried him in the city. And all the days that Nimrod lived were 215 years, and he died.
So this is where the transfer started to take place. Now, we're going to fast forward a couple of 100 years. So for the sake of time, we're going to fast forward a couple of 100 years. We're going to read out this book called The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomites. This is this book right here. Now, I told you you can go start in chapter 57 and read all the way down to chapter 67, and it tells you how the son of Esau, Zepho, was in prison, and then he runs and escapes and goes to Chittim, which is Rome and Greece. All right. So I'm gonna read out of this book. I ain't gonna read all. I'm just gonna read what was highlighted, brother. All right. And because I ain't got the PDF, I tried to get it. It won't let me download it, but you can get this book. It's by the author is William Beeston. You can get this book. Yes, you're gonna just read what's highlighted. You ain't gonna even have to read all of it. Matter of fact, you're gonna read this, and you're gonna read this, and then you're gonna flip to the next page and read this. All right. Go ahead and read.
The three first beasts,
Uh-huh.
the empire of the Babylonians, the Persians, and the Macedonians.
Mm-hmm.
They have successfully passed away. The fourth beast or kingdom of the prophecy stood revealed in the iron domination of the Romans. And the consequence inquired, whence came the Romans?
So somebody asked the question, where did the Romans come from? I want you to listen to this. Where did the Romans come from? Go ahead.
That people have insisted on replying in the words of their great poet.
So when they answer the question, you saying they replying in Latin. And what do it say, bro? Let me read. I read. They reply in Latin. They said, Ab oris Troje, genus udum latunum, albanique patres, artic ate Marie Roma. So what that means is, matter of fact, we're going to skip all this and go read the English version of what they're saying right here. Okay. Read that right. Start reading right here, bro. Well, restart. Whence came the Romans? Right there. Start. Now, they said he going to answer it in English now.
Whence came the Romans?
Where did the Romans come from?
They have been returned and even registered in writing before the birth of Christ, that the response proceeded neither from Greek nor Roman, but from the despised Jews.
It came from who?
Despised Jews.
Which is Edom. We just read that. Go ahead and read.
That it has been preserved to us in the Jewish Talmud. That it exists amid the fable and impieties and absurdities and blasphemies, the Jewish Talmud.
Of the Jewish Talmud. Go ahead and read.
That it may be comprehended in these 20 words.
Now, go ahead.
The Romans came from Esau.
The Romans came from Esau.
Who is Edom. And Italy is Adumea. Rome, the Bozrah of the Hebrew prophets.
All right, so it said that Esau came out of The Romans came out of Esau. And like I said, Zepho started all that when he escaped from Egypt and fled into Chittim and became their king. You can read that again. You can go into the book of Jasher and read from chapters 57 all the way through 67, and it tell you how they became Romans. He took over Rome, became their king, and started intermingling with all the different people of Rome. Now, there's also a distorted bloodline from Esau, from the Nabateans, and we're not going to get into all that. I just want to highlight all that. But go look at that. Go look that up. Go read about that, and you'll understand it a little bit better. Now, we're talking about this red. Let's finish this up before we move into the next part. Red. It said he was red and hairy all over, right? So let's look what this red means in biblical terms. Revelations 12 and 17. What do it say?
Revelation chapter 12, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
She was angry with the woman.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
So red, the red dragon, red is always considered a color of anger. Always. So when you see the dragon was wroth, it's one of my brother Charlie Yard's favorite words. He is wroth. So red, the red dragon. Can y'all see my PowerPoint? No, one anybody.
Here goes, right.
Oh, okay, it's on there.
Right.
No, you good. You got to read.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't want them to keep that.
All right. Let's go to the next one. Matthew.
Want me to finish that out?
Yeah, go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
I'm going to read it from the top.
Go ahead.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman.
Wroth.
And went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
Right.
Which keep the commandments of Elohim. And have the testimony
right.
of Yeshua HaMashiach.
So Esau going to always be mad at you because you keep the testimonies. And that you are the bloodline that he gave that birthright up to. So red, he was fittingly named Esau, reddish. All right. So let's look at the next one, evil eye. Matthew 5:21. Matthew 5:21. So he fits his description of being red. He's red in complexion. He's red in color. He's red in mindset. And he's a man of war. The blood is red, right? So let's go. Matthew 5:21. What do it say?
You ever heard that it was said of them of old time?
Thou shalt not kill.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever shall kill shall be in danger of the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
But I say unto you, that whosoever is angry with his brother without a cause.
Now, Esau ain't got no cause to be mad at us. He mad because he went out and did a murder, and then he came back hungry, and he suggested that he give his birthright up. So he's mad with us without a cause, but go ahead and read.
Shall be in danger of the judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever shall say to his brother, Raca, shall be in danger of the council.
Mm-hmm.
But whosoever shall say, thou fool, shall be in danger of hell fire.
So when you flood our neighborhoods with guns and drugs, and the police beating us down for no reason at all, you mad at your brother without a cause. When you give us these high interest loans and come in and take what we got, and you selling us tainted meat and all that, you angry with your brother without a cause, so now you in danger of the judgment. Revelation, I'm going to skip that. No, let's go to Genesis 4. Genesis 4, 8 through 12, real quick. Hatred, blood of bloodshed. Esau the Edomite, red and hairy. 4, 8 through 12, what do it say?
And Cain talked with Abel, his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass when they were in the field,
Mm-hmm.
that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Mm-hmm.
And the master said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
Getting smart with God.
Yeah. And he said, what hast thou done? The voice of thy brother blood cried unto me from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And now art thou cursed from the earth,
Right.
which has opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
That's right.
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
Uh-huh.
A fugitive and a vagabond should thou be in the earth.
And brother, so let me say this right here. Some of y'all know people don't like y'all. In your family, at home, whatever. Why are y'all walking around in front of them? Why y'all even around? I'm not finna give a, I done been hit in the back of the head before. I'm not walking in front of you. I'm not finna be around you. Abel trusted his brother. He walked out in front of him. He cracked him in the back of the head, killed him.
Yep.
See, this is a lesson right here. When that envy, like I keep saying, that envy, that jealousy, that hatred, y'all don't need to be around them people. I don't care who they are to you.
Yep.
They're going to eventually do something to you. They're going to kill you. But that red, that blood, he got hatred in his eye. You know, they always say, I'm seeing red. Okay. That's a spirit of murder on you, bro. And like I said this morning, I'm thinking about slapping dude, man. I had to repent. We had to watch that.
Yep.
Especially I'm talking to my brothers. And the brothers that kind of like me, that grew up the way you grew up, brother, that's your first instinct always to turn to violence. That's a bad spirit. You got to pray that up off you.
Oh,
When your first resort is always to go to fisticuffs. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that we have to realize, that these are spiritual natures, spiritual things that we're dealing with. So we have to be careful of that. We're going to skip that Revelation 17, but let's go to Obadiah.
yes, sir.
Let's go to Obadiah. I love reading Obadiah.
Now saying stuff.
I love it. I love reading Obadiah. We're going to read verses, ain't but one chapter, so we're going to read verses 9 and 10. Yeah. Yeah, old teaming. When you get it, go ahead and feed the people, bro.
And I might have men, O Stephen, shall be dismayed.
Talking to Esau.
To the end that is, to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
By what?
By slaughter.
So it ain't going to be a pretty thing at the end of the day, because he lived by the sword. All his people will be cut off by the sword. That's justice, right?
That's right.
That's what it said in Revelation, don't it?
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
Because you angry with your brother without a cause, but go ahead and read.
And thou shalt be cut off forever.
Forever. There it is right there. Let's go read a little bit more about it. Go to the ladder of Jacob. Let's go to the ladder of Jacob on pseudo volume 1. We're going to read page 409. It's on page 409. Page 409. That's not right.
Which one we going to?
The ladder of Jacob. Hold on, bro.
14.
No, I ain't on 14. I got the wrong page number, bro.
I got the ladder of Jacob.
What pages you got?
We doing,
PDF ain't acting right.
5. Yeah, this is
What
on
page
49.
It is on 49. Why ain't taking me over? Hold on. 49. See, it took me over here to sibling orbit, man.
I'm in the
You in
volume
volume
2.
No wonder. I'm in volume 1. Hold on, family. I got it right. Chill. Right. Same one. You in volume 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right. 409. There we go.
Yes,
all right. Pick it up and go ahead and start reading that chapter 5, bro. Is that what you got?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thus he said to me, you have seen a ladder with 12 steps, each step having 2 human faces which keep changing their appearance. The ladder is this age, and the 12 steps are the period of this age.
So this is the age of Esau. Go ahead and read.
But the 24 faces are the kings of the ungodly nations of this age. Under these kings, the children of your children and the generation of your sons will be interrogated.
Mm-hmm.
These will rise up against the iniquities of your grandsons.
You see that? Go ahead.
And this place will be made desolate by the 4 S's through the sins of your grandson.
Woof.
And around the property of your forefathers, a palace will be built.
You see that?
A temple in the name of your God and of the gods of your father.
Mm-hmm.
And in the provocation of your children, it will become the desert deserted, excuse me, by the foreign accent of this age.
That's right.
For you saw the first four busts, which were striking against the step, angels ascending and descending, and the bust aimed the step.
What verse you at, bro?
12.
Okay.
The Most High will raise up kings from the grandsons of your brother Esau.
You see that? He said he gonna raise up kings from your brother, the grandsons of your brother Esau, and they will what?
And they will receive all the noble of the tribes of the earth. Who will have maltreated your
You see it? So look, why another thing, I ain't saying, me and brother talking this morning, I ain't saying all the heathens is wicked, but he said everybody in the world is gonna mistreat your son.
Right.
That's in with Esau. You see that, brother?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
And they will be delivered into the hands, and he will be vexed by them. And he will hold them by force and rule over them. And they will not be able to oppose him until the day when he talked to his thought will go out against them to serve idols and to offer sacrifice of the day.
Offer sacrifices of the what?
Of the day.
So we're gonna look at another part. These wicked heathens, they got what they call spirit cooking. Now, you got to imagine a human body laying in a vat of blood, semen, and a woman's menstrual cycle. And somebody coming up there with a spoon and dipping it out and putting it in their mouth. I can show it to you right now, but that's in another part. And now imagine people sitting around at a table and there's people laying up on other tables that's dead and they eating fruit off their body. Imagine a woman taking a woman's breast milk and putting it with a man's sperm and drinking it. There's a woman on this earth right now that do that. It's called spirit cooking. I see the sister with that nod in the head. She know I ain't lying. Am I lying, my sister? They doing it. They do all this stuff. Esau all in on this stuff, right? And this is who we got to understand that we this is our enemy. Esau is all in with any type of wickedness and anything that defiles the Most High or that defile his people. That's why they in charge of Hollywood. They in charge of the record industry. They in charge of the sports entertainment industry. And anything they can do to defile Jacob and to destroy Jacob, they in it.
Yeah.
That's why you see our actors and movie stars, they get misused and abused. They end up broke. They end up missing. They end up dead. After they done used them all up. And guess what? Esau still be making money off the residuals. This is what Esau do. Come on. He get all the insurance. He held the insurance policy on the slave ship. Esau has got it out for Jacob. And if y'all out here la-di-da and follow law and y'all ain't got your head on straight when they think about this stuff, you're gonna get caught slipping. Go ahead, bro. That was it on that?
He will do violence to all those in his kingdom who will be revealed in such guilt, both to the highest man from your tribe of Fakar.
Don't worry about that. Go ahead, bro. No, Jacob.
That your descendants shall be exiled in a strange land.
And we in a strange land. Go ahead.
And they will afflict them with slavery and inflict wounds on them every day.
But what?
But the master will judge the people from whom they slay.
That's right. So this battle that we got with Esau the Edomite, it's gonna go on and on and on and on, and it ain't gonna stop. It is not gonna stop. We ain't gonna read that Genesis 27, bro. We gonna read that. I'm just gonna bring this home with this right here. Read Exodus 17, 12 through 16.
Exodus chapter 17.
Y'all write them other scripts down. Revelation 6 and 4, Genesis 27, 38 through 40. Read the Exodus 17. Read that 12 through 16. What do it say? Because he said he's gonna be always on our head, right?
Right.
But we got to answer for that.
Right.
We got to answer for that on that Exodus 17. What do it say? 12 through 16.
But Moses' hand was heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed his hand up his hand, and one on one side and the other on the other side.
So let me set the scene. This is the Israelites fighting the Amalekites. And Moses, as long as his hands stayed up, Israel prevailed. But Moses' hands started getting heavy, and they started dropping. And every time his arm would drop, the Amalekites would start to prevail. So Aaron and Hur started holding his arms up. Well, evidently their arms got tired. So they put 2 stones up on his hand to keep his hands held up. And as long as his hand was up, Israel prevailed over their mortal enemy. So I'm going to set the scene. Keep reading, bro.
And his hand was steady until the going down of the sun.
Uh-huh.
And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book.
Yes, sir.
And rehearse it in the ears of Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
You hear that, Esau? You're going to get wiped out. And I can't wait. Because you done destroyed and did so much damage to my people. I can't wait. Go ahead.
And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah.
Jehovah Nissi, the Lord our banner.
Yeah.
So anytime you feel like somebody on your head, start praying Jehovah Nissi. Anytime you feel like the problems are getting too hard, start crying out to Jehovah Nissi. Start calling out his name, Jehovah Nissi, my banner. A banner is a standard when you go to war. So when you feel like the enemy on your head or somebody, lift up that banner. Lift up that banner, Jehovah Nissi. Pray to Jehovah Nissi. And that banner be lifted up on your state. Now it's wartime. Now he can call out his warlike angelic angel to do battle on your behalf. Go ahead, brother.
Well, he said, because the Most High has sworn that the master will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
So, hey, the Most High has sworn. Amalek, he got problems with you until he wiped you off the face of the earth. Because he said he's going to wipe his name out from under heaven.
That's right.
So, Esau the Edomite, this is what you got coming. I'm gonna use this last. I'm gonna read this, bro, unless you want to read it. This last slide, because I'm not gonna get into the Confederacy. We read a little bit about it, but I want y'all to see. We've been talking about the color red a lot, about everything the color red stands for.
Yeah.
Now I want y'all to pay close attention to these pictures up on your screen. The word Rothschild means red shield. Rothschild owned the Salvation Army, so all y'all jokers been donating to the Salvation Army. Y'all just making them richer. Now I want y'all to look at the one right beside. The Rothschild shield is the same shield at the Vatican. Now it's funny to me that every time I turn around, Esau got an eagle on something. Now I'm finna show my hand a little bit. I usually don't do this, but I'm gonna show my hand a little bit. We'll pick this up in the next part, but I want y'all to see something just so y'all don't think I'm just pulling something out of my rear end. America, what's their national bird? Russia, Nazi Germany, Rome. Look at, ain't that the same eagle that's on that red flag in the Vatican City? Now look at Edom's national symbol. Oh, the thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rock. This is what y'all been doing. So y'all keep on pledging allegiance. Swift, we did that. That Swift and the eagle flag. So going back to this right here, red shield. We dealt with the red. I'm just putting y'all up on bones so y'all know who y'all dealing with. German and Jewish Ashkenazi topographic or habitual name for referring to a house distinguished by a red sign. Red shield, Rothschild. The Rothschild family, a wealthy Ashkenazi Jewish family originally from Frankfurt that rose to prominence with Mayor Amschel Rothschild, a court factor to the German landgraves of Hesse-Kassel in the free city of Frankfurt. Holy Roman Empire, who established his banking business. We talked about the world banks and everything last night. Unlike most previous court factors, Rothschild managed to bequeath his wealth and established an international banking family through his 5 sons, who established business in London, Paris, Frankfurt, Vienna, and Naples. The family was elevated to noble rank in the Holy Roman Empire and in the United Kingdom. The family's documented history started in the 16th century in Frankfurt. Its name derived from the family house Rothschild, built by Isaac Elkman Bacharach in Frankfurt, whatever his name is. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. During the night, Lord have mercy, I'm showing y'all all my slides. During the 19th century, Rothschild family possessed the largest private fortune as well as in modern world history. The family's wealth declined, so they say, over the 20th century and divided among many descendants. Today, their interests cover a diverse range of fields, including financial services, real estate, mining, energy, agriculture, winemaking, and nonprofit. There you go, Salvation Army. How many of y'all done donate to the Salvation Army? It's Christmas time. Y'all just made y'all mortal enemy richer. Because that's who owns it. Yeah. Many examples of the family rule architecture exist across northwestern Europe. The Rothschild family has frequently been subject to conspiracy theories, many of which have, this is what they say, anti-Semitic origin. I can't be anti-something that I am, so you can miss me with that God. Right. So I just wanted to show y'all this before we get out of the Esau part. First, to show you how Babylon transferred to Esau and who Esau really is in modern day. So you can go and look at how he intermingled with all the other countries and all the other nationalities on your own, or you can go back and look at the As Swift as the Eagle Flies series that we did. It's all in there. I didn't want to bog this down. I already got 3 more parts to do. So we know now who owns the banks, who owns the educational system, who it is, the hatred that he has for us, the church, as they say. Yeah. We know now who's running it. So anything that you get too involved of and too attached to in this world, you bound to drown. So understand that, brothers and sisters. That's the lesson for the day. Thank you for your time. You got any announcement, my brother?
Well, so far we don't have a place next Shabbat. Still working on a few, couple other places that we won't have to pay for. Mm-hmm. And we'll let you know probably by the end of next week, most time will. Mm-hmm. That's all I have.
All right.
One more thing. Hey, it's a sister that's in Dire Strait. She watches the channel. She's been on for a while, okay? But if y'all want to, I'll get with y'all after class because I don't want somebody, you know how Israelites are, the ones who go channel to channel and trying to get donations out of folks. But anyway, y'all want to help this sister out, I'll give you the information after class, okay? Even for those who on the live feed, if y'all want to help out, just email us, order materials today. Can we put that in the chat?
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now, bro.
Just email us and we
get out of the screen share.
The information. She really needs help. And like she said, it took her a while to reach out.
Right.
And but that's another thing too, family. We have to get out of this Babylonian system. We got to pay off all our little debts or whatever we have by any means necessary and stay out of debt so we won't get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, bro.
Even though that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to help one another. But we got to put ourselves in a position where we don't have to depend on somebody to take care of it. Amen?
And like the brother said, we're not telling nobody not to come to us if help is needed.
Right.
But we have to take responsibility for what we've done and what we accumulate,
right, and
try to do as much as we can on that tip. But hey, by all means, reach out to the elders and we'll discuss it as elders and we'll try to see what we can do, if anything, what we can do to help people. So just keep that in mind, though, like the brother said. Be responsible with that which you accumulate.
Right. You
know what I'm saying? That's on you. But we're here to help.
That's right.
So with that, brother, nobody else, any other elders got anything? All right. So with that, we're going to stand and face Jerusalem. We're going to close out.
Yes, sir.
hear the conclusion
conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yah and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For Yah shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Forgive us of our debts.
and forgive us of our debts,
And we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation,
But deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom,
And the power.
and the power,
And the glory.
and the glory
Forever.
forever.
In Yeshua's name.
In Yeshua's name.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yah.
Praise the mighty Yah. All right, family. Signing off. Appreciate y'all joining us once again. On the Shabbat, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat.
That's right. Don't forget to hit us up on that.
That's right. Hit us up if you need to get at us. If you want to donate to the sister, just let us know.
All right.
It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
That's right.
Christ is the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had. Freedom! Unless you in them strips daily reading, trying to pay off that price, I don't think they know. Freedom! Come from above in the name of his one and only son. Now that's true. Freedom! When you come under the blood, tell me, are you free? Are you really at liberty? Do you really truly have peace? Or are you in denial? Living in deceit underneath all them fake smiles. Wonder why you keep having trials. Drowning in your debt as it piles. Wonder where my God at? I've been praying, but for some reason things ain't changing. So you gotta ask yourself, is that freedom? Wondering if he gon' come when you really need him? If it's a question, then you ain't been free. I suggest you pick the book up and read. I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. I rebuke the devil who weakens me. See, the law just gives you the keys. It's your faith that truly sets you free. Freedom! Through Christ is the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had. Freedom! Unless you in them strips daily reading, trying to pay off that price, I don't think they know. Freedom! Come from above in the name of his one and only son. Now that's true. Freedom! When you come under the blood. Now when I say hallelujah, I'll say Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I say hallelujah, I'll say Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now when I say hallelujah, I'll say Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah. When I say hallelujah, I'll say Yah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Now when I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises. When I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all. Now when I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises. When I say all, y'all say praises, all praises, all praises.
Yeshua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin. And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever. If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
Only through the sun we free. That's why we pray without ceasing, constantly. That's how you get your mind right. Trust that. And in the midst of all the chaos, he gon' have your back. He gon' send a comforter just like he said he would. You just profess it out your mouth and don't have a doubt. We gotta walk like him if we wanna be free. Get rid of pride and believe in Messiah, you'll see. Freedom! Through Christ is the only way we gon' get life you ain't never had.
There we go. All right, fam, we're gonna get on out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Shabbat. Shalom.